Well, I just want to say this march would not have happened without the support from our two city councilwomen, Klarissa Peña and Cynthia Borrego. They gave us a proclamation for Women's March a few days ago. We are greatly appreciative of them. Please welcome these women of color, women leaders on the stage. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning. I want to start by really thanking the organizers for putting this together. And Samia, you're the greatest. You know, today I have the honor of reading the proclamation from the city of Albuquerque. But before I do that, I would like to ask everyone to bow your head in silence for the young lady I didn't know whether to say her name, so I'm not going to, but the young lady in her mid-20s who was strangled by her fiance and left behind a young child earlier this week. She lived right down the street from me, and when you hear of these tragedies, you wonder how these kinds of acts still occur at the alarming rates they still do in our community. So please bow your head for a minute. In the spirit of today's Women's March, we recognize that there are still lots of work to do on many fronts. But working together, we can make a difference to change these outcomes that this young lady faced this week. Events like the Women's March help to serve as a reminder that there's still lots of work that lies ahead, and that together and united as women, we are unstoppable. We are daughters, we are sisters, we are mothers, we are wives, we are partners, we are friends. We need to support important causes at home, in the community, at work, at our places of faith, through our volunteer efforts, in our elected positions. We are strong, and real women lift other women up. Thank you. So I'm going to read the proclamation. So, whereas the New Mexico Women's March participates and celebrates women's rights and responsibilities in concert with women's advocates across our nation, and provide education and entry points for grassroots organizers. And whereas the New Mexico Women's March believes that gender justice is synonymous with racial and economic justice, so that our society's women are free to care and nurture for themselves, their families, and safe in their communities. Whereas women deserve to live full, healthy lives, free of all forms of violence against their bodies, deserving reproductive freedom and rights. And whereas New Mexico's Women's March declares that LGBTQIA rights, human rights, and whereas New Mexico Women's March upholds that workers' rights shall be provided for fully in the economy, and that civil rights and our birthrights, thereby supporting immigrant, refugee rights, and human rights, regardless of the status or country of origin. Whereas New Mexico Women's March supports disability rights, believes all women's issues are issues faced in women's with disabilities, and whereas New Mexico's Women's March supports a belief that every person, every community in our nation is entitled to clean water, clean air, and access and enjoyment of public lands and the environment, and climate must be protected. Be it proclaimed that the council, the governing body, the city of Albuquerque, hereby recognizes January 19th, New Mexico Women's March as a vital movement for the New Mexico women, their families, and communities. Que viva la mujer! With that, I would like to join, as it was mentioned earlier, for the first time in city history, we have an all-leadership team at City Council, and I would like to introduce a good friend and a true advocate for our community, Miss Cynthia Borrego, City Councilor.
Good morning, all of you beautiful women and our men. Thank you for coming out on such a beautiful day. We're so blessed today. Starting our day in the office of the company of our friends, our neighbors, and our loved ones. I'm honored to be in your company today. I am honored to be in the company of so many powerful women. Look around. I would like to ask that you turn to your neighbor and say good morning and give them a hug. When I was asked to speak, I was a little nervous to be in the company of so many powerful women, but I decided I needed to write a poem. I used to write poetry a long time ago, and with the work that we do, sometimes we don't have that time. So I actually wrote you 2 poems this morning. And they go like this. The first one is called Woman. Woman, W. You are worthy, you are wonderful, you give life from the womb. O. You are optimistic, you are outspoken, and you have huge opportunity. M. Men. Sometimes they are our husbands, our partners, our children, our nephews, our nieces. You are a mentor, you are majestic. A. You are adaptable, you are adventurous, you are ambitious. N. You are natural, you are a nurturer, and you are new. And we are new. We are a new voice in government. Woman, who are we? We are beautiful. We are average. We are your mother, your sister, your lover, and sometimes your father. And we are your tias. They say we are invincible and we are strong, but sometimes we are weak. But our weakness makes us strong. We are the breath that gives life. We are the comforters in death. Women, sometimes we hate ourselves and sometimes we are hated. But, woman, you have the power to love. So love and be loved. And I will close with this. Always remember the struggle and the suffrage. Let us not forget our suffrage, which we have endured. I believe women. I believe women. I want to thank you for today, and I want to thank the organizers of this blessed event and this blessed day. Continue the fight for ourselves, for our daughters, and even for our sons. Don't get mad, get elected. Thank you.